Yeah, first of all, just so proud of our team. Tough, gritty, grind it out type of game. Nothing ever comes easy for us up here. We also recognize, as well as we played, that they were banged up at some really key positions, and boy, their kids really battled. It's a testament to their leadership and to the type of kids they recruit. But really proud of our kids. We battled. It was an old-fashioned type game, obviously, in the best possible context.
Any questions? Or we want to speak to what it was like playing back in home state here?
Yeah, it was a pretty special feeling since I haven't played a game here since high school. So it was like, I know it was Dartmouth's homecoming, so it was almost like a homecoming for me too. So it was fun.
Where did you play?
I played at Portsmouth.
No. First game in New Hampshire, you don't mean in Hanover. You didn't play in Shrine game or anything.
No.
Did you consider Dartmouth?
No, I didn't get recruited by them. So yeah.
Thor recruited us, and he did a phenomenal job of it, and I'll be forever grateful that he did.
The blocked extra point, obviously, didn't end up being as key play as it looked like at the time, but still a big play in this game. Take me through that. What do you see? You were able to get your hand up there.
Yeah, I think after the first extra point, I was able to just get a feel for the offensive line and how they were blocking. We had a great plan coming into this week, and just really trusting the coaching and fundamentals that we have. So I was able to get in there and use my height to get my hand up, and just grateful that the play opened up and I was in that position.
Talk a little bit about the grinding it out today. There were no 70-yard runs.
Yeah, I think, Dartmouth, a really, really well-coached team. They stick to their rules, their gap-sound defense. So creating big plays is always going to be tough against a well-coached team like that. But I think all the credit goes to our coaching staff and our offensive line because came in with a good game plan to execute the way we wanted to execute, and then the offensive line. I'm thankful for them. They make our job as running backs and my job, a lot easier. So.
Coach, what was the thought at halftime? What were you saying?
Thought at halftime is, just what we thought. It's going to be a grind, and it's going to be a tight game, and can't say enough about our defense. Coach Larkey, our coordinator, we came out, played defense, made a few adjustments, really helped us. And again, nothing came easy today, but people are going to look at the score and say a certain thing, and everybody who was here knows that was a game right down to the last drive.
Personnel-wise, it was different, but it's still essentially the same two-quarterback Dartmouth system that you've been preparing for several years now. So is it pretty much par for the course, a system that you know well and are able to prep your guys for?
Yeah, Coach Larkey and our staff do a great job prepping our guy, but it's always challenging because, the running guy can throw and the throwing guy can run. The throwing guy today didn't necessarily have that opportunity in the second half when you're down 15 points, but it's always really challenging to get a defensive game plan for these guys. They're so sound, and the two quarterbacks makes it harder, not easier.
Your offense really showed a lot of resilience, obviously down the starting quarterback already, and then with Wimberly going down at the end of the first half. First off, what do you know about his diagnosis? And second of all, they really were able to impose their well still in the second half offense.
Yeah, again, it all starts up front on both sides of the ball, and I think our offensive and defensive lines, among many others, were the key today. And, I thought Luke came in and, really executed our offense well. We're banged up. We're a little bit banged up, and, we shall overcome. That's our thing. We embrace adversity. We know it exists in every phase of our lives, and this is where football is really good to teach young people. So it won't get easier.
So I guess I was asleep at the wheel. Luke played. That was why was he in there?
Charlie had gotten a little dinged up last week, and I'm sure he'll be able to play again before the season's over. But he was a little bit dinged up, so Luke's our number 2, and You know, a similar thing happened last year. He got dinged up. I guess it was right before the Dartmouth game, I think. He got dinged up at Princeton, and you know, Luke started after the Dartmouth game. He started our last 3 games, and with Luke as our quarterback, I believe we're undefeated. Is my math correct, Truman? You're a biomechanical engineer. We got a finance guy here. We haven't lost a game with Luke at the helm, I don't believe.
I think you're right, Coach.
So I asked Coach Stevens during the week if he knew which quarterback was going to start, and he was pretty sure it wasn't going to be Luke. How does that change your offense?
It doesn't change our offense per se, because you know, it would have been a very similar game plan. Luke does some things maybe that Charlie does better than Charlie does, and Charlie certainly does some things that, you know, Luke doesn't do as well. So it's great to have 2 very seasoned senior quarterbacks. It's an absolute luxury. So we're whichever guy's at the helm, you know, we're going to be okay.